and Noah's beside me. Today I am filming the introduction for the reading vlog that you are about to see. So basically what I'm doing is I have picked 3 books that I think a certain Disney character would really enjoy reading. So this is going to be a new vlog series on my channel called What Would Blank Read, and then whichever Disney character I choose, most of the time it's going to be princesses and villains. Those are the only ones I have written down, but if you'd like to see another type, then by all means put a suggestion down in the comments below and I would gladly take it into consideration. But today this video is what would Elsa read. So I have looked long and hard through my bookshelves and I have found 3 books that I think Elsa would love to read. So what you're going to watch is basically me reading those 3 books and figuring out whether or not I think Elsa would really enjoy them or if she wouldn't enjoy them as much as I thought originally. So the first book that I have for you guys.
Are you gonna hold those to the camera while you drive? Fuck.
The first book I have is Fire and Stars by Audrey Coldthurst. This book is about a kingdom story where a girl is betrothed to this prince from another kingdom, but she gets there and she... Oh. Noah's gonna have a stroke.
If I was doing this, you'd be crying.
I've done this before.
Because you're a slightly better driver than me, you're like, I can do it.
Okay, anyways. So, this girl goes to the kingdom and she finds out that when she gets there, she actually has no feelings and she really does not want to be married to this man who really doesn't give her intellect the time of day. But she really likes his sister, which is such spicy hot tea, and I'm so excited to read it. I think it's going to be top tier, 10 out of 10, 100% it, always, and I love it. So, next book is The Coldest Girl in Coldtown by Holly Black. So this book is about Coldtown, which is where vampires go once they've been turned, and where people go, like humans go, who want to be turned into vampires, and it's kind of just like a town where I read the book and I still don't really know what it's about. But yes, so I picked The Coldest Girl in Coldtown for obvious reasons. Elsa has ice powers, and Coldtown and Coldest Girl in Coldtown seemed like it would be reminiscent to Elsa's powers, so obviously I chose it. And the final book that I ended up choosing was The Knife of Never Letting Go. However, I realized that I would need more than a day, which is what I gave myself, to read the final book, to actually get into The Knife of Never Letting Go and to actually dive into that world, because it just seems a lot more intellectual than I am. So I didn't give myself enough of a chance. So I ended up choosing Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. And I chose this because Elsa is kind of a peculiar person where she has this ice power, but like no one else in the kingdom has powers. It's kind of weird, but like, so I chose it because I thought it would be cool to see how other children dealt with their powers versus how Elsa dealt with her powers. So that is why I chose Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, and those are the 3 books that you are going to see me reading in this little vlog. And at the end I'm going to do a rating system for which I think Elsa would like the best to the worst. So that is everything. Keep tuning into this vlog and I will see you at the end. Bye! I am just getting ready to start of Fire and Stars by Audrey Coldthurst, and this fulfills the sapphic prompt for books that I think Elsa from Frozen would really love. So I'm gonna update probably when I start and then halfway through and then when I finish. I think I'm probably gonna do that again like I normally do, but I'm so excited to pick these books and to have them for this vlog. I think it's going to be so fun. And yes, so I'm reading this and hoping that Elsa would really like to read it as well. So bye. I am halfway through Fire and Stars by Audrey Coldthurst, and I am reading this for the ELSA Reads, Disney Reads vlog. I still don't know what I'm calling it, but it'll have a name by the time you're seeing this. And oh my god, this is the perfect book for ELSA. Like, ELSA would love this book. Oh my god, I'll tell you why. There are 3 reasons why Elsa would love this book. The first reason is that it is sapphic. So we all know that Elsa is a sapphic coded character. We all know this. This is not like a not known mysterious fact. This is very obvious if you've ever seen a Frozen movie, especially the second movie. But if you've ever seen Frozen or Frozen 2, you know Elsa is sapphic. But that's great. Like, good for her. This book is sapphic and it's perfect. Next, it is about kingdoms, which we all know Elsa is part of a kingdom. We all are fully aware of this. It's perfect. It literally works perfectly. And this is mostly a fact for like the second movie, but in the second movie, Elsa had a water horse companion. And in this book, one of the girls has a horse companion. So it's literally just like this book was made for Elsa. Elsa would die for this book. She would totally recommend this book. Plus, the other main character has fire powers, not ice powers, fire powers. So it's completely opposite of what Elsa has. And I think that would be a really nice change of pace for Elsa, because she's probably like, damn, I'm sick of things literally turning to ice. Let's have some melting, and then boom, Denalea can come in and melt. We love to see it. We love to see this working out so well. This is only the first book. I have doubts for the second and third book that I've chosen for this, but like at the same time, I'm low-key proud of my first pick. I have not had a chance to read in the past couple days because if you didn't know, I have a baby living with me right now and life is a little hectic. If I'm not watching Little Man, I'm doing schoolwork. So reading or work, reading is just like not been a thing. But after I got back into reading this book, I've literally been like, damn, I need to get back into this because I was having such a good time. I was so immersed, so involved in the story, and the story isn't really that bad. It's a little horse driven for me. I don't love horses. I don't have a particular care for horses, but if you're like really into horses, then you would probably love this book. I mean, this book would be perfect for you. For me, it's just a little too focused on the horses in the story. I'm like, come on, like not everything has to be based around horses, especially at the beginning. I'm going to try to read tomorrow because I don't work and I have school, but I am kind of ahead on the assignments I need to do for this week. So I'm going to try to read tomorrow and that will be fun. So I will update you guys when I'm done and see if it stayed as Elsa's dream book, Elsa's perfect book. But so far, top tier. I really genuinely think this is going to be Elsa's favorite book of all time. Bye! So I have officially finished Of Fire and Stars, haven't I? By Audrey Coldest. Yes, I have. And yes, and I loved it. I thought it was a really great story. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I think Elsa would love A Fire and Stars. Like, it was so good. It was so good. It's definitely something she would like. I already told you about all the similarities and nothing else came up, so I'm not going to mention anything else. But I loved this. I thought it was great. I had an issue with the amount of horse talk there was because they talked about horses a lot, especially at first, so that kind of bothered me. But as a whole, my opinions have not changed since we have last spoken and hung out. All right. Anyways, so the next book I'm planning on reading is The Coldest Girl in Coldtown. So obviously, for obvious reasons, this is going to be perfect for Elsa because she is the coldest girl in Coldtown because she's the nice queen or princess, whatever she is. So that is going to be good. I know not much about The Coldest Girl in Coldtown. I know it has vampires, but it's going to be good, I think. I have mid hopes for it because I don't know if it's gonna be like amazing, but I do think it's gonna be good. Now, I've hoped you enjoy this update of me and Little Man that once again is not my child. I'm just a babysitter, just vibing. I am going to start The Coldest Girl in Coldtown today. I'm just waiting to put Mr. to bed, right? I'm gonna put you to bed. I've got some homework. Then I'm gonna start The Coldest Girl in Coldtown. So maybe I'll have another update tonight. It's doubtful, but it's possible. So we'll see. Do you wanna say bye? Say bye. Bye. Oh no, bye. So I'm halfway through The Coldest Girl in Coldtown right now, and I don't really know how I feel about it. Like, it's a really interesting story. I haven't read a lot of vampire stories for a lot of my life, and this is definitely interesting. It definitely has like really unique elements to any sort of like paranormal story I've ever read, and I really do like the concept of a cold town where people go who have been made into vampires, and where humans go who want to turn into vampires. Like, it's an interesting concept. I went into this not fully understanding the concept, so when I picked this as something cold for ELSA to read, I think I messed up a little bit, because it's not actually cold. Coldtown is where vampires live because their bodies have gone cold. That's what they call it in the book. So it's not exactly what I was expecting or anticipating, and I don't know if it would be what ELSA would vibe with. It's definitely a good book, but I don't know if it's for ELSA or not, because, you know what, I think ELSA could vibe with this, because it is definitely about a girl who is dealing with the death of her mother in a really hard way. So I think for that reason, ELSA could gel with this and could relate to this. She also lost her parents in a really difficult way, and she was looking out for a younger sister, and the girl in this story, Tana, also is looking out for her younger sister. So I do think ELSA would vibe with this, because it's definitely it's a good spooky paranormal story, and it's perfect for October. Hopefully ELSA likes October. But yeah, I'm hoping to finish it. The bags under my eyes are hilarious. Okay. I'm hoping to finish this tomorrow. I'm gonna try to read a little bit more tonight, but I have to go to bed a bit earlier because I have a midterm in the morning. So I'm hoping to finish this by tomorrow night after my very first shift at my new job, which I'm very excited about. And then I can start The Knife of Never Letting Go, which is the last book for this vlog. So yes, that is it. Bye. So I just finished The Coldest Girl in Coldtown by Holly Black, and it was good. Like, it was okay. It was, I don't know, like, it just felt like a very like 2010s-esque story, like teen paranormal Twilight type story, with the vampires and the like wanting to turn into vampires, and it was messy, but it was good. I think ELSA would enjoy this book, but I think she would have liked it a lot more as a teenager as opposed to being queen, because I think with A Fire and Stars she would have liked that one today. But I think for The Coldest Girl in Coldtown, I feel like she would have liked this a lot more 5-6 years ago. I am probably giving this a 3 out of 5 stars. Like, it wasn't
Spicy.
It wasn't an awful book by any sense of the word, but it just wasn't great. It was very mediocre. It was good, but it wasn't great. So the next book I'm planning on reading is The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness, and this is for me a buddy read with Emily Kathleen Reeds, who I will link down below. And I'm super excited to start this book, because this book is a book that Noah picked out for me, and I think that'll be really fun to read. I am planning on starting it possibly tonight if Noah still has more homework to do.
Yeah.
I'll be starting it tonight, and I plan on finishing it tomorrow, which is a really interesting take for me, considering I have a midterm, I work. I will probably not update you guys again tonight, because I need to get to half of the book before I update you guys, and the book is almost 500 pages long, so I don't anticipate getting that far. But there will definitely be updates coming tomorrow. And the reason I picked this book for ELSA is because ELSA has a very relatable story to the person in this book. So the guy in this book, I don't remember his name, I think it's Thomas. He is like running away from the town because of a certain situation going on in the town, and Elsa also ran away from the town that she was in because she couldn't control her powers. And I know this type of book is kind of dystopian and people can like read people's minds. There are some like power-esque elements as well, so that's why I chose this. I think it makes sense. It made sense to me when I chose it, so yes, I will update you guys tomorrow. Bye. It is the next day and I am currently DNFing The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness, just because I have to finish it in one day in order for me to get this vlog out when I said I was going to, and I think The Knife of Never Letting Go is going to take me a lot longer to read and actually like understand and dive into, so I'm going to not do that to myself. And I've decided, after looking at my bookshelf, after pondering what I think Elsa would really like, I think Elsa would really like Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. This is a book that I've wanted to read for a while now, but I also just think she would really vibe with this because A, it has cool pictures and we all love a good picture story, but B, it also is just about a bunch of kids who have peculiar things about them. And Elsa is a kid that has a peculiar, well, she was a kid that had a peculiar little power where she could freeze everything. So it's definitely really interesting for me to see how this works with Elsa's story, see if there are any similarities. But I think I can read this in a day just because there are some pictures and I have seen the movie. So that's why I chose this one. So I will update you when I'm halfway through. Bye! The variety in this vlog is unreal. Like, I am straight up only in different shirts every time I vlog. I'm not even like in a different position. Anyways, I'm halfway through Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children and I really enjoy it. I think I enjoy it more because I've actually watched the movie. So watching the movie it gave me the ability to read this a little bit quicker and also to picture a little bit of what was going on, like especially with like the monsters and stuff that I know will be coming in the second half. But I really do enjoy this book. I think it's fun. It's a good and easy and breezy story to get through. I will say the first half is kind of slow. I don't know if Elsa would vibe with it as much as I thought, because yes, the main girl that we see who is peculiar, she does have fire powers, so that's pretty cool given the fact that Elsa has ice powers, so I feel like she'd like reading about something different. But it took so long to get there. Like, we had to focus so much on Jacob and his like grandfather's death and him coming to terms with that, and then going to the island where the peculiar children are. So it took a while to get into it, and Elsa doesn't have the time for that. Elsa does not have the time to sit and wait for Jacob to get his shit together. Like, she needs a fast-paced story. Elsa doesn't seem like the type of person who would really enjoy having a slow-paced story. So hopefully the second half will pick up. I'm planning on reading that right now in one sitting, just bang bang shaboom, so that this vlog can actually come up in the right time. But yes, it is currently around noon on Wednesday, and this vlog is supposed to be up today in 4 hours, so that's probably not going to happen, but we can do our very best to get it up today. But yes, so I'm just gonna try to finish this as best as I can before my class at 1:30, which I think I'll be able to do, and yeah, we'll just go from there. But I genuinely don't think this is Elsa's cup of tea yet, but it might get there. You know, Elsa did recommend it to me, so we have to see what she would say. Bye. So I ended up finishing Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, and I'm giving it a 4 out of 5 stars. The lighting is not ideal. Okay, I didn't hate the story. I thought it was really fun. I thought it was very easy to read, but like I said in the first little update I did, it was very slow at first, and I don't think that actually got much better, if I'm being perfectly honest. So that is why I'm giving it a 4 and not a 5 stars. But I did really enjoy it. I thought it was a fun read. I think Elsa probably would not have recommended this book to me, but oh well, that was the whole point of this, to see what books Elsa would or would not like to read based on her personality. So that is it. Those are all of the books. So now I can just edit and hopefully get this vlog up. Bye. Thank you you guys for making it this far. Wow, it's been a journey. So, I have finished reading all 3 books. It's been a time. You can see I literally did not switch positions pretty much the entire vlog. It was wild. So, here's what happened. Obviously, for best to worst, or which one should I do? Best to worst or worst to best?
Worst to best.
Okay, so we're gonna do worst to best. So the worst book that I don't think Elsa would like as much is definitely gonna be The Coldest Girl in Coldtown by Holly Black. And that's really, like, it's not a bad book. It's just the fact that the other 2 books were a lot better. They were a lot more developed and a lot better written, in my personal opinion. And I kind of messed up because I thought Coldtown was going to be, like, cold and not just about vampires and bodies that have gone cold. So I'm putting that in the number 3 spot. The number 2 spot is going to go to Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, because I do think Elsa would enjoy the creepy kind of pictures that come up in Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, because Elsa has this, like, mysterious vibe to her where she definitely could get along with kind of a mysterious type of story. And also adding in the element of the powers that the children had, it made it more relevant to her own story. So I do think she would like that. And finally, I think her absolute favorite book, not even of this vlog, but possibly her favorite book of all time, would be Of Fire and Stars by Audrey Coldthurst. So this was the perfect book for Elsa. It is sapphic, which we all know. Elsa's sapphic, even though Disney does not have the balls to make her sapphic, she is. It was also set in a kingdom, which, as we know, Elsa's life is in a kingdom, so it was perfect. It also had a character with fire powers, and I thought that would be really cool because it'd be interesting for Elsa to read about a character who has powers that relate to the elements, but weren't the element that she had. So I thought that was really cool. So, yes. And lastly, it had to deal with a lot of horses. If you've watched the second Frozen movie, Elsa's companion is a water horse. So it was definitely relevant and reminiscent to Elsa's life, and I think she would love this book. I think this would be like her cup of tea immediately. So that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already for more content. I do post twice a week, and until next time, bye readers!